Kenny here. This is my first narrated YouTube video, so here goes. I got the WLtoys V686g for Christmas. It was pretty cool. Check out my other videos for some of my flights. After a while, I felt that the field of view was too narrow for my preference, so I Googled around and found that the best option for me and my wallet was this $3.99 lens from Banggood. I saw some related videos on YouTube, but not exactly like this mod. By the way, that square thing on the back didn't come with my lens. It was just the lens by itself. It took about 3 weeks to get here. I did read someplace that some people tried this option and couldn't get it to focus, but I'll show you how I got mine into perfect focus. So I started this assembly. Got the camera unmounted, unscrewed the 4 screws to get the cover off, and the 5th screw to get the circuit board off. Next, I unscrewed the lens from the sensor. I think they used Loctite or something on the threads because it was very tight. Be very careful not to crush the sensor or lens when you unscrew it. It only took about 1 turn to get it out. Here's a comparison of the lenses. The wide-angle lens is much bigger. Hopefully it won't add too much weight because, as you fellow 686 owners know, there's not a lot of extra power to spare with this quadcopter. I was hoping that the new lens was going to screw right in, but that would have been too easy. So my solution was to grind down the threads on the lens to fit it in a sensor. This is where you have to be really careful. I'm not sure if the lenses are glass or plastic, so try not to grind on the glass. I did nick the corners and it didn't shatter. Also, try not to touch the lens surface. It may seem impossible, but a tiny scratch may be disastrous to the picture. This is where you have to gradually grind the diameter down to fit inside of the sensor housing. You have to take off enough material so that it fits in the housing, but not so much that it's loose. This allows you to adjust the focus easily. Turn on the monitor, plug in the battery, and adjust the lens so that the focus is where you like it. This may take a few minutes to get the focus just right. Here's what it looks like installed nice and snug. Next, you have to enlarge the hole in the camera housing. Use your Dremel or other tool of choice to do this. Try not to make it too big because the lens will be hot glued to the housing later. Next, reassemble everything. Be sure not to mess up the lens setting or you will have to refocus it. Here's my first comparison pictures. Next, I hot glued the lens in place. Otherwise, it would be loose in the housing and have a shaky video. I chose hot glue because it's not permanent. If I wanted to, I could peel it off and reinstall the other lens. Here it is completed. By the way, I lost the battery cover in a crash, but my batteries fit snug in the case so they don't come out anyway.